show me thumbs up that I am audible properly. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Today we are going to speak about the Constitution of India, more specifically on the Article 226 and 227. Our constitution is the longest written constitution of any sovereign in the world. One thing. Another thing, it is a living document. Living matlab jinda hai. Matlab, there is always a modification amendments. It's not rigid. One beautiful thing about it. So about the constitution, I would say it is one of the beautiful documents you can read, even though you may not be from the legal profession. You will get all the knowledge from it. You will know how the elections are held, how election commissions are appointed, then how president is appointed, how attorney general is appointed, how solicitor general are appointed, what are the powers of the president, prime minister, everything under the sky. You will know how the country is run. So it's my humble request, everybody should read once the constitution completely. We all are lawyers, so mostly we must have read it during our exam days and when we were studying, but read it. And now today we are going to discuss Article 226 and 227. These are the most important articles from the point of view of that those who are practicing the High Court, and those who are not even practicing High Court. Somewhere I would say these are the articles which decides the lives of so many clients of ours, because most of the cases when there is no relief, writ petitions preferred under the Article 226. Now, today we will also discuss our difference between the Article 226 and 227. Now, under Article 220, what is Article 226? It's a constitutional right for the enforcement of the fundamental rights. So it's a constitutional Article 226. There are 5 types of writs. The first writ, which is very famous writ, which is a very, I would say, mostly everybody knows, is a habeas corpus. Habeas corpus writs is issued whenever anybody is arrested illegally or detained illegally. Mostly whenever any person is detained illegally. I will give one example. It can be issued to private individuals. This is one writ. By private individuals, I had one case where a child was taken away by the mother from the school, and she had not informed the father of neither the school nor any relatives where she was. We tried through custody case, we tried everything, but the child and the mother was not traceable. Ultimately, we filed the police complaint, which was also not taken cognizance, she being also a mother of the child. So even police was not entertaining. The only option left us was to go for habeas corpus. The court was kind enough, Bombay High Court, to issue the, made a rule, and thereafter the child was not handed to father, but at least the child was brought to before the court after 9 months. Commissioner of Thane and Commissioner of Mumbai was issued the notice. So through the Article 226, you can get the relief, which are very difficult at the lower courts. So 226 is most, I would say, the most important article of the Constitution for the purpose of practicing before the High Court. The another writ is of mandamus. The meaning of, see, these writs, the names are all Latin names. Always remember, these are Latin names. The mandamus means means command. Here, the inferior court or lower court we can call, or any authority, for they are commanded to do something. The command is given to do the said things. So the command is given to this those public authorities or any administrative officers. So mandamus is always in the form of the commanding to do something, to perform a public duty. Another writ is writ of provision. What is prohibited? The meaning of prohibited is to stop. So once it can be issued to tribunal and also the lower courts. If any order is going to be passed, you can prohibit the lower courts. So it's a jurisdiction in cases pending before it or any contrary to the rules or natural justice. So any cases pending before the lower courts or the tribunals, so you can take the writ of provision. One more important writ is quo warranto. The meaning of quo warranto is by what warrant or by what authority. There is a possibility many times when a public officer issues some directions, or there is a municipal commissioner in Bombay, like for example, we'll take, he may give some orders in which you think are not reasonable or against the natural justice. So you can always assume, or his appointment is question. That time you can always question by what authority he has been asking, by what authority he is assuming the office. So writ of quo warranto is issued to the uh, officers or the any public officer who is sitting with what permission, what authority he is assuming the office, public office. If the order goes against, writ of Coronto is issued by the Honorable High Court, then he has to vacate the office. Another thing is, one more writ is writ of certiorari. Now, certiorari, the meaning is to certify. Sometimes there is an order is passed by the lower courts. May I ask all the participants to mute? Siddharth Howal, please mute yourself. Ganesh ji, please mute yourself. Writ of certiorari to be certified. It is issued by the High Court as well as the Supreme Court. Any order already passed by now. So in the writ of certiorari, always the order is passed, and you have to ask them that such order is illegal or arbitrary or not fair. So these are 5 types of writs which everybody should know. If this any of these writs is issued, then it is to be executed by the police officer. So writs are very important for the enforcement of the fundamental rights. Now we will come to the Article 227. See, Article 226, writs are issued, orders are issued by the Honorable High Court. Under Article 227, it is a supervisory jurisdiction by the Honorable High Court. So superintendent over all the courts and tribunals, except the army courts. If any court is established by the army or by the law which the army is following, so 227 will not apply to the army officers and courts which are army or the martial where it is held. Except army officers, the Article 27 will be applied to everybody. So article, may I ask all the participants to mute kindly, please. So Article 220 is superintendent over the all the courts and tribunals except the courts formed by the law related to armed forces. Under Article 227, whenever an order is issued to the below courts, that is the lower courts, maybe the session court, maybe the magistrate court, that court's proceedings will be called, and sometime Article 227 preferred with Article with Section 482 of the CRPC. So mostly Article 227 will go along with the Article 227. Now we can give 2 examples to differentiate between this. See, Article 226 is original jurisdiction of the High Court, whereas 227 is the supervisory jurisdiction. I will give one case to this. There was one police constable in the Maharashtra. His name was Maruti Shripad Dubal. This is a citation. Maruti, may I request all the participants to note down who wants. Maruti Shripad Dubal versus State of Maharashtra. Here this constable met with some accident. So he was not working, and then he wanted some license for the municipal commissioner for his wife. Somehow he was unable to meet the municipal commissioner, and he was not getting the license. So it was very difficult, and he was also suffering from mental illness. So under this all pressure, he tried to commit suicide. Then he was arrested under Section 309. He was on bail. Later on, his lawyer, by way of a writ petition, appeared before the Honorable High Court for quashing the Section 309, saying that his right to live also includes the right to die, and he has already suffered a lot. So Article 14 and Article 21 is not followed in his case. So in that case, Justice P.B. Sawant was there, and there was one more judge. It's a 2-bench judgment. It was of a year 2000, I think 1986-87, somewhere, September 1986. In that case, Justice P.B. Sawant appreciated that a person who was already suffering from so much, and if he's trying to commit suicide and we try to convict him, what will happen to him? he needs attention, he needs counseling. He does not need to be arrested and put behind the bar. That is the way this case was handled. And because of this case, Section 309 was quashed, and all the prosecutions launched against him under Section 309 that time was stopped. And वो सारे केस उस समय बोलते हैं ना कि मतलब खत्म हो गए, जो भी सेक्शन 309 में जिसने भी सुसाइड कमिट करने का कोशिश किया था, उन सबका सारे केसेस एक साल में खत्म was quashed. Thereafter there was a Gyan Singh course case also in Supreme Court, that also you should read along with the Maruti Shripad. Recently Bombay High Court, that this case is one best example of Article 227, how you can use. Recently there is one more case of a lady. His husband was in coma. Case is Rajni Hariom Sharma versus Union of India. She was in unable to operate the bank accounts. Husband was alive but in coma in hospital. So, and there was a lot of business was going on, and she was unable to sign as a director because she was not a director, and it was very difficult for her to handle the business as well as also her she was unable to take out the money from the bank account. Now the only remedy left to her was to go approach the Honorable High Court under Article 226 to appoint herself as a guardian. The Bombay High Court was kind enough to consider her writ petition under Article 226, though there was no remedy legally that a wife can be appointed a guardian of the husband. But here the husband being in coma and was unable to do anything, he was in a vegetable state. The Honorable High Court appointed her as a guardian because her children were also minor. Her father-in-law and mother-in-law were also very old, and she has to take care of everybody. So this is one more case where Article 226 was used and a positive order was passed. So understand the article, the importance of the Article 226 and 227 from these two cases, where Maruti Shripad Dubal, he was a constable. He was about to commit suicide. He did not succeed. The court came to his rescue under Article 227 and quashed the criminal prosecution launch against him. Then in Rajni Hariom's case, when there was no remedy available to her to appoint herself as a guardian, then the law came to her rescue in the form of Article 226, and she was appointed as a guardian. Rajni Hariom's Sharma's case is of 2020 of August. Now, one more case I would like to discuss here is of Triveni Ben versus State of Gujarat. In this case, there was some triple murder, and this, but that is not what we are discussing. How this case came up to Supreme Court. In Triveni Ben, she was the mother of the one person who was accused of committing murdering of triple murder. So उनको डेथ पनिशमेंट दिया गया था, एंड कैपिटल पनिशमेंट में उनकी मदर ने हर जगह मर्सी पिटिशन लगाई थी, एंड वो पास नहीं हुई थी, एंड देयर वाज लॉट ऑफ टाइम गोइंग ऑन. So she went before the Supreme Court by way of SLP, and before that she went to High Court also. But in Triveni Ben case, it was held that what she has challenged is judicial order. उनका जो ऑर्डर था कि उनको जो ये है उनके बेटे को वो पनिशमेंट दी गई है, that cannot be challenged. See, what cannot be challenged also we should know. In Triveni Ben's case, it was very important. It is also important from the AOR point of examination. So Triveni Ben's case is always asked in capital punishment cases. Here her son was, she was a पैरोकार for her son, because son was inside. उनको कैपिटल पनिशमेंट फांसी दी गई थी. तो कोशिश ये की गई थी कि उनकी फांसी मतलब कि बहुत लेट हो गया है तो उसको ऑर्डर को सेट असाइड करें, बट कोर्ट डिड नॉट एंटरटेन हर पिटिशन, एंड उनकी फांसी वापस कायम हो गई, परमानेंट हो गई त्रिवेणी बेन. तो यू कैन नॉट चैलेंज जुडिशियल ऑर्डर. अगर आपको कोई जुडिशियल ऑर्डर, इट इज नॉट अ वायोलेशन ऑफ योर नेचुरल राइट्स और द फंडामेंटल राइट्स. दिस इज वन मोर केस, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट केस. Then one more case, the difference between 226 and 227. Naresh Sridhar Mirajkar versus State. This case was also referred in another case, which was a very recent one, Radheshyam case, Radheshyam versus Chabinath. of 2005. In this case also there was a shown ki difference kya hai 226 और 227 में. Always remember 226 is for enforcement of your fundamental rights and also for any legal rights. अब legal
मैम
rights
नरेश श्रीधर, मैम नरेश श्रीधर वाला एक बार प्लीज रिपीट कर दीजिए केस.
नरेश श्रीधर मिरजकर वर्सेस स्टेट. उनका ईयर नहीं है मेरे पास, बट इट इज ऑल्सो रिफ्लेक्टेड इन द राधेश्याम वर्सेस चाबीनाथ में भी है.
This case is for the difference between 226 and 227.
Yes. These both cases are very important.
Okay.
हाँ, उसमें अंतुले जी का भी केस है, बहुत सारे केसेस है. अंतुले वर्सेस नायक साहब का केस है. दिस ऑल्सो यू हैव टू रिमेम्बर कि उसमें जो जुडिशियल ऑर्डर्स चैलेंज हुए थे वो बोलते कि जुडिशियल ऑर्डर्स आर नॉट अगेंस्ट दी वायलेशन ऑफ द नेचुरल जस्टिस और योर फंडामेंटल राइट्स. जुडिशियल ऑर्डर्स आप नहीं चैलेंज कर सकते. मतलब किसी कोर्ट ने जुडिशियल ऑर्डर पास किया था, आप उसको चैलेंज नहीं करें. तो जो रजनी शर्मा का केस बताया है और मारुति श्रीपाद का, दिस आर द बेस्ट एग्जांपल. यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि आपको 226 में जाना है या 227 में जाना है. आई विल ट्राई टू अगेन क्लैरिफाई विद वन मोर एग्जांपल. देयर आर समटाइम वी आर गोइंग फॉर क्वैशिंग ऑफ द एफआईआर. तो एफआईआर होता है वो हमेशा इफ इट इज ऑर्डर बाय द under 156(3) by a magistrate court, then where you will go? Of course, before the Honorable High Court under 482 and 227. So understand difference between 226 and 227. 226 is a very wide article. उसमें legal rights का भी enforcement होगा आपका, उसमें आपका fundamental rights का भी enforcement होगा. See, 226 is known as a constitutional right. But for the enforcement of the fundamental rights as well as the legal rights or any other, जैसे रजनी शर्मा में हो गया. And but see again जब वो कांस्टेबल का केस हुआ तो उसमें 227 में गए. तो ऑलवेज रिमेम्बर उसमें क्वेश्चन के लिए गए थे. तो क्वेश्चन के लिए 482 भी है, बट जुडिशियल ऑर्डर अगर नीचे के कोर्ट का है, लोअर कोर्ट्स का है, तो यू कैन ऑलवेज गो टू दिस कोर्ट्स. दिस इज वन मोर थिंग यू कैन डिस्कस. And about the types of writs, always remember कि all the writs are applicable to only public offices except the habeas corpus जो writ है वो public as well as private दोनों को apply होती है ये 5 writs में. This is one important thing you have to remember. Then fundamental rights में 226 में we can discuss one more thing कि for fundamental article 32 is also there. For Article 32, you can go directly to the Supreme Court for your enforcement of fundamental rights. But always remember कि Article 32 में आप जब fundamental rights के enforcement के लिए you are going to Supreme Court, you have to answer why you are not going to the Honorable High Court and approaching the direct Supreme Court. तो fundamental rights का protection आपको दोनों court से मिलता है. But first you have to approach the Honorable High Court and the Supreme Court. Thereafter Supreme Court. Also one more thing in 226 I will say कि 226 में कई बार लीगल राइट्स ऐसे होते हैं जो आप एनफोर्स कर नहीं पाते हो यहाँ पर. तो अगर 226 में ऑर्डर हो गया है विच इज अगेंस्ट यू, देन हाउ यू विल गो टू सुप्रीम कोर्ट. इट विल नॉट फॉल अंडर 32, इट विल अगेन गो अंडर 136, आर्टिकल 136. सी आई हैव ऑलवेज सेड सुप्रीम कोर्ट बिट्स इन एंड आउट ऑफ द आर्टिकल 136. तो आर्टिकल 136 में जाएगा. But if there is a breach of your fundamental rights, then it will go before the under Article 32 before the Honorable Supreme Court. This is one more thing you have to always remember. और 226 का जितना आप करेंगे मतलब पढ़ाई उतना कम है, क्योंकि 226 में आप DRT का मैटर्स लेके जाते हैं. आप sometime in family court, I practice on the family court side also, there are interim orders. इंट्रीम ऑर्डर्स आप चैलेंज नहीं कर सकते, तो आप कहाँ जाओगे? फॉर इंट्रीम ऑर्डर्स यू कैन ऑलवेज गो अंडर रिट. तो बोलते कि व्हेन देयर इज नो रेमेडी गो फॉर रिट पिटिशन. बट ऑलवेज रिमेंबर व्हेनेवर यू आर प्रेफरिंग रिट पिटिशन, ट्राई टू उसको 226 और 227 बिताना है. आई हैव सीन कि मेनी लॉयर्स इंक्लूडिंग क्लाइंट्स भी 226 227 दोनों लगा देते हैं. दे आर लेबलिंग बोथ द आर्टिकल्स बिकॉज थोड़ी फीस ही भरनी है. बट सी यू आर शोइंग योर नॉलेज टू द कोर्ट. Why you are going in 226, why you are going in 227, or why you are applying both the articles. तो 226 और 227 में डिफरेंस यू शुड नो. यू कैन नॉट अप्लाई बोथ द आर्टिकल्स आंखें बंद कर करके, नहीं दोनों में से किसी एक में ऑर्डर मिल जाएगा. बिकॉज व्हेन जजेस रीड दे नो कि आपने, यू डू नॉट नो जस्ट बिकॉज. मैंने सुना है कि महाराष्ट्र में जो क्लर्क होते हैं, वो मेरे क्लर्क ने मेरे को बोला दोनों आर्टिकल्स आप लिख लीजिए ना, 25 रुपए की तो कोर्ट फी है. द सेम थिंग यू गो टू झारखंड हाई कोर्ट एंड दी आई वुड से पटना हाई कोर्ट, वहां एक आर्टिकल में 500 चार्जेस है. तो बोलते वहां वही लगाते हैं जो अप्लीकेबल है. तो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर कि आपको 226 लगाना है, 227 लगाना है. ऐसे ही दोनों आर्टिकल लेबल नहीं करना है अपनी रिट पिटिशन में. यू शुड बी क्लियर इन योर माइंड विच आर्टिकल यू वांट टू अप्लाई. दिस इज वन थिंग about this. And then interim orders, कई बार